What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video with yours truly. So today is going to be an exciting day just because it is going to be a little bit of a different video that I'm going to be doing for you guys. Today we will actually be comparing both the Neca Bride of Chucky life-size doll, and then we will also be comparing Trick or Treat Studios Seed of Chucky doll. So by all means, let's get into the video. What I do want to say for a disclaimer for this video. So this video is not intended to bash one of the other companies. It is not to say which one's worse, which one's better. It's more so to point out just like the differences between both dolls. I mean, we've literally sat with this doll here for almost, what, 2.5 years. The Neca life-size Chucky just came out this year, so we sat with it for about 2 months now. So it's more so just like getting into like the subtle differences. I mean, there's a couple of different videos out there, but I wanted to do my own and also point out the differences that I see. So at the end of this video, just let me know exactly what you guys think. I want to hear all of your opinions, your thoughts on both dolls. Which one did you buy? Which one did you not buy? So yeah, so let's get into it. Okay, you guys, so I do just want to go ahead and start with the Seed of Chucky life-size doll from Trick or Treat Studios. So lucky enough, I was able to get the Kickstarter edition. So with the Kickstarter edition, basically it came with a few different perks. It came with a sticker, we got an air freshener, and then we also got a enamel pen as well too. So that is what comes with the Kickstarter edition. And it also comes with a numbered box as well too. So I got 114 out of 950 for the Kickstarter editions. And we will actually touch base on the box a little bit later, but I do just want to go ahead and start with the doll. So I'm gonna start from bottom to top. So obviously he comes with his iconic red shoes with the Good Guy laces. He also does come with socks as well too. I do like how Trick or Treat Studios incorporates those small little details that you probably wouldn't be able to see under the clothes, such as the socks. Because I do know with Neca, they do not include any socks on their doll, but that is something that we will get into later. As far as the cuffs on the overalls, I don't too much care for them. They're a little bit way too long for my liking. But nonetheless, the material of the clothing from the overalls to the sweater is really great. By the touch, it feels a lot thicker compared to Neca's Chucky as well too. But it is the standard overalls that we all know and love. They are distressed. They have the Good Guy logos on them with the different jobs. Some people may say that the color of the overalls are a little bit too dark compared to what was shown in the movie, but that is subjective, obviously. Some people may like them dark, some people might like them light, some people may say it's accurate or not, who really cares? But I think that they did a good job. And as far as the sweater goes, I love that it does come down far enough. It's not too short, it's not too long on them, it fits just right. That is one gripe that I have about Neca's sweater on their Chucky, is that the sleeves are too short. But other than that, I mean, granted, like underneath the body, it's all foam. One thing that really drives me insane as well too is that the foam is just way too dark compared to the actual skin color of the actual doll's hands and head. But I mean, it is what it is. It's covered, so you're never really gonna ever see it. And then the scarring of the doll that's on his chest. Now, it's not a plate. It is actually sculpted into the foam, and they just painted over it. I do believe for this doll to be $600, I felt like that could have been somewhere where they could have improved on before putting the doll out. But nonetheless, I mean, granted, it's still a great doll for the most part. So yeah, and then moving on to the head. So the head, this doll was sculpted by Tony Gardner. And And with the headpiece, I mean, granted, like it has all of the iconic stitches that we know and love. The eyes are just inserts, so you can't move the eyes around whatsoever. They're just inserts. The teeth, I think the doll could have shined so much more in areas where the teeth could have been a plate inserted. It's just something that I felt like for the doll to be $600, I mean, granted, like somewhere where they could have improved on, but I mean, it doesn't bother me at all. I mean, granted, like when the doll came out, I was super excited to have them, and I still am excited to have them in my collection as well too. So it is not something that, you know, completely bothers me, but I do feel like, you know, it is areas where they could have improved on for the doll and the price point as well too. And then yeah, for the hair feels really, really good. I mean, the hair isn't like, it's not nappy, it's not too hard to style. I feel like he has a really good grade of hair. Out of the box, he came with a hairnet as well too. So thank you, Tots, for doing that as well too, because I know that Neca did not include a hairnet on their Neca Chucky, and it was kind of hard to style as well too. But all in all, I think the doll was really good for its time, and I think it is still, you know, a really great doll. I hope I'm not missing anything, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, and then also the eyebrows as well too. The eyebrows, those are inserts as well. So the eyebrows, they're not as super long and thick like the ones on Neca. I think they're a great length. But yeah, all in all, doll does poses just like all of their other dolls as well too. So I do briefly want to talk about the box as well too. The box is really killer. I think I can probably speak for anybody who is an inbox collector or someone who actually takes their packaging out. Whichever collector you are, this box really sells the doll, honestly. Like from the artwork on the back here, like it's so amazing. I really, really enjoy it. And then also like there are like gloss stitchings on the side and in the front. And then also here on the side of the packaging, I don't know if that'll probably be a glare or not, but as you can see, there is a picture here from the movie of 𝙒𝙏𝙚 𝘿𝙤𝙚 𝘿𝙤𝙀. So yeah, Tots really, really did a good job on the packaging for this doll here. So yeah. So let's jump into the Neca one. All right, you guys, we are back. So now we're gonna take a look at the Neca Bride of Chucky doll. So with this guy here, I kind of want to go in the same style of the 𝙒𝙏𝙚 Chucky. I'm gonna start from bottom to top and just kind of like pinpoint some of the differences that I kind of see judging between what we just looked at. So let's start with the shoes. So the shoes obviously are going to be a little bit more darker in a sense of the fact that they're not going to be as bright red as the 𝙒𝙏𝙚 Chucky one. Obviously because he had the Hollywood makeover. So they are going to be a little bit more darker. I do see that they obviously included the iconic good guy style laces. They do seem to be obviously a little bit more shorter compared to the ones that are on the Trick or Treat Studios 𝙒𝙏𝙚 Chucky doll, but that's all right. I mean, I kind of like them, you know, short anyways. They don't need to be too long. But judging by the clothes as well too, the clothes are really good. The clothes definitely do seem a lot thinner. But before I jump the gun, I do just also want to pinpoint that he does not come with any socks, guys. So just like with the Trick or Treat Studios Chucky, he does come with socks. This one does not, but that is something that you can obviously add if you want to make him a little bit more movie accurate. But going back to the clothes, so the clothes, they do feel a lot more weathered, which is what I like, just because that was his style in the movie as well. The overalls, obviously they have all of the iconic good guy prints on them. I just love how Neca really, you know, distressed and really cut up the overalls. I think they did a really good job on these. The sweater. Now, the sweater, I have my opinions about. I think that the sweater could have been a little bit longer on him. I feel like the sweater length, it's too short. It's just too short. I really wish that that was something that they would have fixed, because I remember when they had posted previews of him, I could already see that the sleeves were a little bit too short, but I was hoping and praying that that was going to be something that they were going to fix, and it was not. Even after stretching out the clothes, they still do come up short, but that's okay. I mean, there's people out here that make custom clothing for the doll. So that's something that you guys can obviously look into if that's what you're interested in. Other than that though, I mean, the greens in the sweater as well too. I feel like the greens aren't as accurate to the movie. I know a lot of fans, you know, pinpointed that out as well too. But you know, people who love Chucky, that know the iconic sweater and the iconic overalls, you know, if they're a casual fan and not really, you know, dissecting every little bit and piece about the doll, you know, they're gonna know it's Chucky. Other than that, I want to move on to the body. The body does seem a little bit more thinner than the Seed of Chucky doll. I feel like this one here has a little bit more of a slimmer body type compared to the Trick or Treat Studios, which has a little bit more of a chunkier style type. And if you own the dolls, you kind of know what I'm talking about. Other than that, going off of the scar plate, I really like the fact that they included that in the doll. I feel like they could have gone the cheap route and included it in the foam scope, but they did not. They actually put an actual chest plate right there for the scarring, which A+ NECA. I really like that you guys included that, so A+ on that. Moving along to the hands. Now the hands, some people, you know, think that the hands are gigantic. I think they're actually pretty similar in size compared to the Seed of Chucky doll, but honestly, as you can see, there is the right hand that has the gripping style hand, which you can obviously put objects in his hand to hold things. So I love that they included that feature to the doll. That was one of the features that were advertised for it. So glad that they kept that. All right, you guys. So the last thing that I wanted to talk about was the sculpt. So with the sculpt is honestly so killer. Like, shout out to my friends over there at Moody. They really did a phenomenal job when it came to the sculpts for both Chucky and Tiffany. But honestly, for this doll, I feel like it really shines in the sculpt, from the scarring to the movable eyes. I mean, the movable eyes is another feature that honestly just sells me on the doll completely. I honestly sometimes will catch myself like going into my showroom and just like in awe and gazing at this thing. Like, it's just so amazing. So with the movable eyes, you can move it in any direction that you want. The head is on a 360 joint, so you can basically rotate the head back and forth, side to side. That way you can give him that kind of like menacing stare down. The doll does come with a instruction manual. So with the instruction manual, it basically tells you guys how to be careful when, you know, basically posing it. You don't want to put a lot of stress on the stress points of the doll. That way you don't ruin or rip the foam later down the line. I forgot to mention that in my last video, but it does come with that. So if you have the doll, please make sure that you are taking care of them. Other than that, the only other thing that I really wanted to touch base on was the hair and the eyebrows. Now the eyebrows are super long. So I do feel like that you can cut them down to your liking. But that is not a gripe of mine whatsoever. I think that, you know, if you like them long, keep them long. If you want them short, you can cut them short. But for the hair I'm not too much of a fan of, but you know, if we're playing devil's advocate, Chucky's hair in Bride of Chucky was a complete mess. So if we're keeping it a buck, you know, it's screen accurate for the most part. But I will say that if you need to get a brush or anything like that, you know, you're probably going to have to get one to kind of style his hair the way that you want it to be. But other than that, I mean, the doll is honestly probably one of the best ones that we have on the market right now, at least for Bride of Chucky. So yeah, so we're going to basically put both dolls side by side, and we're going to get some final notes on what you guys think. All right, you guys, we are back. So I have both dolls here with me. So we just went over practically all of the similarities and differences of both dolls. I feel like both dolls are very special in their own right. And I'm just thankful to have both of them in my collection. Like I said in a previous video, that we are light years ahead of what we used to have versus what we have on the market today. And I am just grateful, and I cannot wait to see what both companies have lined up. Just as long as it doesn't take 3 years, but that's another story. But all in all, let me know what you guys think below. I would love to hear all of your opinions about both dolls, which one you have, which one are you thinking about buying, which one are you not buying. Sound off below. I would love to hear it. And before we go as well too, I do just want to thank all of you guys that have been supporting this channel. We just recently passed 700 subscribers, on the road to 1,000. And I did announce a couple weeks ago that when we hit 1,000 subscribers that I will be doing a 2-prize giveaway to all of my supporters. So stay tuned for that. I can't wait for that. But until then, yeah, let me know what you guys think. And if you made it all the way to the end of this video, thank you so much. Again, thank you for your support, and we will catch you in the next video. See you later. Bye.